you from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada, to share what I think is a really neat card. Concertina card is called, using the everyday arches. I prepared one. You might have seen it on my, where I said I was going to go live on YouTube. That one was one that I had made for my cousin. This one is going to be a little bit different, but same idea. I just thought it was really a neat. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time chatting or whatever, although I do love chatting with you. Good to see you here, Pam. And I have a couple things to remind you. Free shipping is happening tomorrow until 11:59 p.m. with Stampin' Up. So if you've been waiting and thinking, oh, I just can't afford that shipping for, for a couple things or whatever, as long as your order is $100 or more, you get free shipping for this 3 days. So I did place an order yesterday, and I got word today that it was shipped. So they are keeping up with everything. So I'm going to try to, pardon me, not cough in your ear, and keep up with questions that I see on the screen. Faye is unable to help me tonight. So, Pam, I do see that you have read my blurb across the top as to what's growing in your garden, or what would you like to grow. Pam's answer, weeds and more weeds. So sorry about that, Pam. Can't help you from here. Okay, I'm going to switch my camera over to my desktop because I have some great things to share with you there. You can see, first of all, a great big pile of clear envelopes that hold 12 by 12 paper. How many of you did register for the scrapbooking class that was last week? I did, and then I was unable to attend it live because I had a road trip to BC. But it is recorded on Facebook, and they will be moving that over to YouTube because Facebook only allows 30 days there. So hop on and say hi and let me know where you're watching from. And if you did order the scrapbook kit, if you didn't and you were kind of sitting on the fence wondering, should I or shouldn't I have read nothing but great comments about the whole event. And there are still some available. So let me know if you're interested, and I can steer you in the right direction with the right, item number. So I just finished putting mine together. I printed sheets from the internet that show what the page is, and it gives you a list of everything that you need for that particular month. There's 12 of them. I'm not going to show you all of them, but I was so excited when I got this much done. I thought, I'm going to tell you about it. So I think that's going to be my project for the next probably week or two in my life. The other cards you see on here are the ones that people had commented. If you comment, I do go through them all just before I go live the following week and draw a name for the winner. And this one was from 2 weeks ago because last week I had a recorded video to share with you. And Pam, this one's yours. So I will be mailing that to you. And this is the one I did on the recording last week. And that one goes to Stacy. There were not many comments last week, and I'm guessing maybe it was because I had said that I wouldn't be here and I would be doing a recording. I was, at that particular moment when it shared, I was actually sitting in a vehicle waiting for the ferry for the third time because we had not made reservations early enough. So I did a lot of searching on my phone, and I was able to comment as the video was going through. So I thought I was quite tickled with that. So I'm using some two-tone cardstock again tonight. This is the sheet I shared with you earlier. Hello, Deb. That Lillian had done, showing that you can tear it. It has a white core. You can crumple it, and a little bit of the white does show here. You can sand it, which I have a card to show you that. Or you could just fold it and use both sides. And I'm using both sides in the card I'm making tonight. So I thought, just going to run over the highlights again of the two-tone cardstock. There are so many different, well, we've got all 52 colors. The one I'm using tonight is the Storybook Life, which has these colors. boho blue, calypso coral, crumb cake, lost lagoon, old olive, and wild wheat. There are 12 of them, so there's 2 sheets of each color in there. So before I get to that, just a few of these samples. This is one that I did run through an embossing folder and sanded, folded back and sanded. This is one that Lillian gave me with the sheet, and it's showing both sides of the paper here. So you know they're going to match because they are the the same color, just different hues of it. Yes, Pam, Stacy was the other one that won the other card. And this is one that I did with the 2 greens and the 2 yellows, I'm going to call them, just to show you how you can use that as well. So there are some videos on those if you're interested. So now I want to show you what I did for this card. I, first of all, have done this with my arches. I cut one of each. This is old cardstock. We've all got old cardstock, I'm sure. So if you want to do something like this, then it's quite easy to figure out what layers go with what. Well, most of the time. I had to recut some for tonight because I cut the wrong ones. And then I did number them. I started from the largest, 1, 2, 3, all the way up to 10. So I'm going to keep those in the drawer with my other cardstocks like this for rectangle sizes. And thank you, Pam. I do like to be organized so I can figure things out. So that is why I did this. So I did that. Then to make the card, this again is old paper. And I thought, okay, I'm going to do a sample. And I do this for a lot of things, whether it's just white grid sheet or, like I say, we've all got old cardstock, so let's let's use it. And then for the inside pieces, I did again, and I wrote on them picture, verse, picture, verse. And once you get it, all you end up doing is putting it together like that. So really, it's not a hard card. There are a few tips I want to share with you. Tips and tricks, as always. So tonight I have used this paper, which is the 2-tone paper, and honestly, it is different colors. It's hard to see, even for me standing here with it. It's kind of hard to tell which is which, but I did cut 3 on one side and 3 on the other, so they are 2 different colors. And so I'm going to finish putting that together. I've started because I didn't want to take all your time. So I have decorated mine first. I have used these gold embellishments, and this is one that I'm going to use on the front. And those are from, I'll just show you that because quite often they're called metallic texture rub-ons, and they are on page 124 of the catalog. So they're right down here. And if you haven't seen them or seen anybody use them, you might miss them. So I thought, okay, I have those on my desk. I'm going to use them. I am going to add a little bit more, I think, when I do the front. Basically, you just cut them out, you peel the back off, and you rub them on your card. It's pretty cool. So to do these, I've cut, let me see, I do have it written down here somewhere. Number 5 arches. So for me, that's starting the largest at the bottom. And I've got little strips of paper, 1 inch wide, and just long enough, I'll show you the back of it, so they don't show too much up here. So they just, and that's how I've held them together. It doesn't look great from the back, but if you wanted to, and that's what I'll do on the front and back of the main part of the card, you could put another arch to cover it, and you'd just see the little bit. So that's a suggestion there. But to do these, all I was doing was putting some liquid glue because I want to be able to move it. I'm going to put it on the back, just about to the fold, because, and yeah, I was getting a little carried away putting it right to the bottom, so I think for this I'm going to put it up here. And then to put this one on, it's going to go this way, and I'm going to leave it there and put my adhesive here again and line it up bottom, top, everywhere, and fold it over. And the reason I don't, oh, good idea, Pam. I just was reading your note here. Could always use the same color. The only downside is what the paper I'm using is just computer paper, so it's thinner and easier to fold. But yes, you certainly could use the same color. But the reason I'm not laying it on there like that is there has to be a little bit of room for kind of a hinge, I would call it. And one more. And then I'll do the front. And I'll show you what I did that's not great there, but I'm hoping it will, can you see that? It's just right up to the line. I think if I wasn't worried about it being too heavy to put in the mail, I think I would probably put another one on the back. When I did that one for my cousin, I used white because it was an anniversary one, and therefore the white strips didn't show quite so much. So once more, I'm going to do this. And make sure they're all lined up and fold this piece over. And then that's my insert. Okay. So then I've got the main card piece, and I have put some of that together, and in the process, I'll show you what isn't great. My this card is not cut out quite straight, but I think once we get that inside it, it's not going to matter that much. So again, I'm using, what is this, soft sea foam. I've used number 1 arches for the outside, and then number 3 for in here. And I've got one more little piece here. And I did have to be careful not to have my paper come over the edge of that. So one side of it's a little bit narrower. And yes, when you do the arches, there is a right and a wrong side to them. So when I cut these, and I wanted some light and some dark, looks like I didn't get that quite on the fold. I did turn the paper over to cut on the other side. Okay, so that one's there. Again, I'm going to turn this over, line it up, put my adhesive on, and I'm really careful to keep it straight. And there is our base. So before I intertwine them, I am going to do the front and the back. So the this will go on the front, and I'm not using, I did use dimensionals on these flowers, and that was about it. Again, in the essence of not making it too heavy. And I find it, for me, I find it easier to pick it up like this, and I can feel the edges to see if they're lined up. So when my card stands, it's going to be like that. So this is the front, and then I also have one that I'm going to put on the back. And that is where I'm planning on, or whoever gets this, can write their greeting. Plus, I'm going to put a little bit of decoration on it. So when it stands up, it's like so. Then on the inside of these, I am going to put one each of those. And then when this goes through and on there, it will attach. So just a little bit of the designer paper will be seen. And those were cut from the number 3. Nope, the number 4 would be a little bit bigger than that. But I had this paper and it came with, it is this paper called Frames and Flowers. So it came with all of these. There was a whole sheet of flowers and decorations that you could use to embellish your project. That's where this came from. So I'm going to add that to the front. And I think that one I probably will use dimensionals on. Let me find one here that's usable. And you could stamp on it. I would definitely recommend stamping before you put it on. Just a little easier all around. Or, okay, I'll do with my dish. Or you could write on it if you wanted. You could add more of the gold that I put on there, but I thought this would work. And on the back one, what I had planned to do is this. Where that one was going to go. Because I want it on there. But I am going to show you how to use this, which is from those sheets that I showed you earlier. I had just cut it out. And you peel the back off. If you ever used, they were like just stickers that, sorry, there it is. You could use your bone folder, but I found I have a credit card here, so I like using it. Just do that with it, and then when you go to peel it off, it leaves the color behind. Isn't that cool? So neat. Then I'm going to put this down, and then leave the rest of it for your greeting. So there is the card base. Now, all we need to do is fold this up and thread it through. So I want it to come out like that. So, like always, I'm going to because we've done a lot of these, especially in our Zoom class that we have each week, where you, okay, I'm going to leave that one there. And then I'm going to carefully lay all of that over and put this one on this side. And as you can see, I did stamp some on these pieces. You could certainly leave them all for writing. You could put designer paper there. You could do almost anything. So, what do you think? I see Pam saying she's loving this card. I don't know who else is here watching me, but please hop on and say hi. Pam did win a card from last week, and she's going to win this one again if nobody else comments. So, I'll that's standing, this is laying, and this is closed up. So what do you think? Thinking, I don't know what I was going to do with this piece that I had out here. I think I'm going to leave well enough alone. Okay, nobody, because I really want this card. Okay, Pam. I'm just going to leave it laying like that so you can see it a little bit better. And I'm going to go back and take that off. I'm going to show this because you guys were winners. What else did I want to share with you? The everyday arches, which lots of us have used. And the words I used in there were from Unbounded Love. And that was something else I was going to mention, that I use this set a lot. Therefore, when I opened it, everything was falling apart. So I took it upstairs after I did the stamping a couple days ago, washed everything with a little bit of Dawn soap, and made sure they dried and did not go down the sink. And they stick, like even the happy birthday one is sticking. So that's just a tip for you to know about. Now I have a surprise. I even did an envelope. And those of you who follow me regularly know that that doesn't happen very often. But this paper, I was getting to the end of it and I thought, you know what? I've got a little bit of paper yet. I'm going to put an envelope with that one. And next, I have some cards came in my mailbox. These are, sorry, just coming back here to see my favorite birthday stamp. Yes, Pam, it really is a lot easier than you think when you look at it. But it is, it's really kind of a cool idea. And yes, it's a little bit thick, but for the most part, if you're using not too many embellishments, I think that it will go through the mail just fine. Swap cards. This one's from Bonnie. I don't see you on here, Bonnie. I hope that you're doing something else fun, because I know you were having trouble getting on YouTube to comment, so I will help you with that. If you need it, just let me know. It's a sympathy card using designer paper and strips and a little bit of sponging around the words. Thank you, Bonnie. This one is from Linda, using the arches. Love it, Linda. And a fun fold. And you can see that this one's a little bit larger than this one, so it covers it. You don't know it's there till you open it. And Linda's envelopes. Any of you who receive cards from Linda will know that she makes her own envelopes out of designer paper. And I'm thinking, you know, each year I go through and I've got so much designer paper left. Why don't I start doing that? So thank you for the idea, Linda. I will try to put that on my to-do list. This one is from Sharon. July Swap. She's used an embossing folder. A really cute happy birthday. I like that. And the die cut squares on an angle, well, so they look like a diamond with some embellishments. So thank you, Sharon. This one is from Heidi. That cute little hippopotamus. He was around a while ago. I don't think I have him anymore. Some little hearts and embossing cardstock there. And a happy birthday on the inside. And this one from Lori, a die cut with a shimmer paper, a glimmer paper. And she's cut a circle, but then she sliced it. Isn't that a neat technique? We might have to try that in something. And another embossing folder on the back. And this one came from Maggie as a card to me, but it is really neat. So it's got the little duck. It's got this paper from the, it was on the pond or something. It was a 6x6 pack. And some embellishments. They look like they're, the cracked ice or something that we were able to get. But look at this. When you open it, It's a pop-up card. So she's got designer paper in the back, and then she's built a, I'm trying to see, well, that's a die cut piece, colored around there. But I thought, what a neat design. So I understand that Maggie is doing lots of summer camping and that kind of thing, but maybe when she's back in the fall, she could teach us how to do this one. Hey, Maggie, let me know. Because that any kind of, like even for Christmas, could you imagine like an ornament cut out with Christmas paper behind it, maybe? Yes, I agree, Pam. She says she's seen this before, but quite a while ago. And that's what happens with a lot of our things is we we see the design and really like it, and like this one even, and make lots, and then forget about it for a number of years. So that's all I have to share with you. I think, Pam, we've done our talking. Nobody else seems to be on there. So maybe you will get that card. I'll just come back and say thank you to everybody watching the replay or watching live. I appreciate you being here. I hope that you will enjoy my YouTube channel. I've started to put some shorts up there, just little snippets of things. And please share, get your friends to come. And yes, Pam, you are a good talker. I love having you on here. Come and share with us. And if you want to join our Friday Zoom, let me know. Or I have 2 classes a month. Let me know about those too. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next week, barring anything unforeseen. Take care now.